look at, we have Mr. Gary walking with us today because he's on vacation. We're supposed to be in South Dakota today. Well, we're supposed to be on our way to South Dakota today,
Yes.
but not happening.
I gotta get my pictures.
And there's Piper Diaper. She's, why are we stopping? Why are we stopping? Look at the pretty butterfly.
There's a butterfly just joining us on our walk.
Doesn't know where it wants to go.
No, but it's pretty cool.
Well, good morning. Today is Monday, July 13th, and as you can see, I just got back from a walk. I did walk 2.25 miles. Mr. Gary, which is Denise's husband, walked with us. The neighbor kids always called him Mr. Gary. So as a joke, we used to call him Mr. Gary, and then it just kind of stuck. But it's beautiful out here. It's just like, it was 68 when we started our walk, and right now it is 72. As you can see, it's a little breezy, so hopefully you're hearing me, because if not, I'll be going in the house and redoing this. We'll see. But anyway, we have some birthdays today. Today is Kim, over at Kim and a girl and her phone. It's Kim's birthday. Kim, I didn't forget. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kim. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I think she said she was 58. I don't want to make her too old. But 58, you're a spring chicken. Why'd the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. I didn't know if you ever heard that one. Has anybody ever heard that joke before? And it's also Sean Towers. I'm thinking it's Sean, S-I-A-N, Sean. Today's Sean's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it hurts me to say that yesterday when I said I didn't have birthdays, I forgot to look from last year, because some of mine didn't carry over from last year. But it was Peggy from Color Me Influenced. It was her birthday. She said she would take the Birds of a Feather song as her birthday song, but no, you get a real birthday song, even though it's a day late. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Peggy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And I also missed Live Fuller, Love Fuller. And as many times as I've watched your video, and I know you've told me your name because I think you say it at the beginning of your videos. I don't know what your name is, but I'm still going to sing to you. And then later on I'll look at the video, and maybe if I do see what your name is, I'll put it right here. But if it's not right here, I didn't see what your name was. So I do apologize, but I'm just going to call you Love because you spread so much love in your videos. She really does. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Love. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Anyway, plans for today. Today's Monday, so you know I gotta clean my house. I got a load of laundry to do, at least one load, probably two. And then my best friend, she's been my best friend since 1987. That's when I met her. And she's 15 years younger than me. She works at Dick's Sporting Goods, and she made a sign, because I guess you think I would know, but I don't. I think this is the 100-year anniversary of women having the right to vote. And so she's having women come and take their picture behind a big sign that she made, and she's going to put it on Facebook. And if my picture goes up there today, well, when my picture goes up, I don't know that it's going to go up today, but when my picture goes up, I'll share it with you, and I'll share the link to her channel, and so you can see it. But I am ashamed to tell you that I'm going to be 70 in September, and this is going to be the first election I've ever voted in. I've never voted my whole life. I've never voted. I just always, well, at the beginning I avoided voting because I didn't want to get called for jury duty, because that's how they used to pull you, is through your voter registrations. But they got wise to that in Michigan, and now they draw from your, as far as I know, I don't know if they went back, but for a short little hot minute, I know they were going from your driver's license. But I've only got called twice, and both times I was 9 months pregnant, so I got excused. But I always felt that my vote didn't count. I just really thought my vote doesn't count, and yeah, my vote counts. So even if Jim and I cancel each other's vote out, because I don't know how he votes. Jim and I don't talk politics. I'm still going to vote. And so I'm going to stand behind the sign and not be a hypocrite, and I am going to vote. As a matter of fact, I actually did vote for the very first time by absentee ballot on the primary. That's, I think it's August 4th, I think it is. So I did vote on that. So I have officially started my voting a little bit late. Not too late, though. So it does make a difference. But speaking of making a difference, it makes a difference if you don't fall into the traps of losing weight, because a lot of us define our success in life by how much we weigh, and you can't be doing that. Nobody knows the number on the scale but you, and nobody knows what size clothes you wear but you. So wear clothes that fit. And I'm coming from somebody that wears things that are too big. Oh, I had to laugh at myself right there. Ha ha ha. But anyway, just don't let the number on the scale define you. You just go by how you feel and how healthy you are, because there's so many things, traps that you can fall into if you just obsess about the number on the scale. Think of it as just one component, getting on it. I mean, you do need to get on the scale because you do need to be aware of the number. You really, I mean, let's face it, you do need to know it. Just ignoring it doesn't make it go away. The same with this virus. Just saying that it's not out there doesn't mean it's going away. Like when he said, well, if we didn't test, we wouldn't have so many cases. You'd still have them. You just wouldn't know about it. And I don't know. Do you really? Maybe we don't want to know, but maybe we should know. So I don't know. It's just like that. But that's the same with the number on the scale. If you don't look at it, doesn't mean that it's not going to get bigger or smaller. You do need to at least once a week judge yourself by weighing that. But also think about how you're feeling, how your health is. Are you coming off of any medications that you were on before? I'm hoping when I go in my yearly visit in September, she's going to take me off of my blood pressure. I told you she's been weaning me down. At one point I was taking 40 milligrams twice a day. I am down to 5 milligrams once a day. So I'm thinking that in September I'm going to be able to get off of the blood pressure medication. Now, there's a couple medications that I'm probably going to be taking for the rest of my life. My family has a history of liver and kidney diseases, and so I do have battles with gout. So I do take a pill for that. And I have a feeling that with my thyroid issues, I'm going to be taking a pill for that. Sometimes, and I do take a vitamin D supplement because of my thyroid. Some things you're just going to have to take no matter what, but some things, if you really took care of yourself, like I'm very fortunate that my family's loaded with diabetics. I'm very fortunate that I've never had even danced close to the number of being worried about being pre-diabetic. But who's to say if I wouldn't have been on this plan 4 years ago, I could be there right now. So you just gotta make realization of how you're feeling. And another trap people fall into is on the Weight Watcher plan is they think that, well, I'll just eat all 0-point foods. And there are a lot of 0-point foods, but you have to balance that out with fats. Your body requires fats. Nobody likes to hear that word, but there are healthy fats you can eat. Nuts, I mean, they're very high in points, but I mean, I do track them, but I still eat them, even though they're high in points. And if it puts me a little bit over, I don't really pay that much attention to it that much because it's a healthy snack. A little bit of olive oil on a salad. I use real butter. I'm not like I don't like the spray fake butters and stuff like that. I'll just use the points. I just cut back. Instead of using a tablespoon of butter, I find that a teaspoon is enough. And if you measure it out, you really do see that a teaspoon is a lot of butter. It really is. You're just so used to like getting a pat of butter, which is a tablespoon. And but if you just live on 0-point foods, your body's gonna rebel because it needs all of the other nutrients, fats, proteins, carbs, fruits, vegetables. It needs all of that stuff in a day, plus your water. You just need to remember that when you're on it. And then trying to get to a weight that's just not realistic for you. I mean, I would love, really, to weigh 145 pounds. That's what I weighed when I started high school, 145 pounds. I look at pictures and I'm thinking, you weren't fat, you were thin, you were good. But at my age, that's not realistic. And I truly believe that the 160 that Weight Watchers has set for me is not a realistic goal for me. I really do. I think that a 175 will work. I really do. But, you know, maybe when I get to 175, I'm going to think, you know what, I think I want to get to 160. So I'm trying not to set an unrealistic goal. Trying to set a date to get to a certain amount of weight is also unrealistic, which I have done. You know I've done that, and I'm not going to do that anymore. When I get there, I get there. You know, it's just, I have about 8 pounds to go to get to my 100 pounds. When I get there, I get there. I'm not going to set a time limit on it. I just know I'm going to get there. And don't focus on risky behaviors to try to lose your weight. Don't starve yourself, because as much as we don't like to admit it, if you want to lose weight, you have to eat. That doesn't mean you have to eat cake and cupcakes and brownies and cookies and candy. No, it means you have to eat healthy foods. You have to make healthy choices. And as long as you're making the healthy choices and eating the proper amount of foods in all food groups, you're going to lose weight. And you're not going to be risking your health, and you don't want to do that. And always, always, always remember, don't focus on the number on the scale. Use that as a tool just to guide you along your way, like an oar in your boat, like to guide you to shore. Or rudder. Use it as a rudder. Whatever metaphor you need to think of it, make sure that you use that metaphor. Things that you should focus on instead is just enjoying the journey. Don't worry about the destination. You know, like, how many of us, like, even though we're going on a trip, like today, I was supposed to be on my way. Was today? No, today we were going to be going to the Little House on the Prairie. Yesterday was going to be my uncle's memorial service in Redwood Falls, and then today we were going to go to Walnut Creek. And then tomorrow we were going to be on our way to Mount Rushmore. But I know that along the way, I do like to look at the scenery. I'd like to see the landscape of where I'm going, and just really enjoying it. And then once I'm at my destination, I like to just enjoy it while I'm there. You know, it's just, and it's the same with your weight loss. You just have to enjoy the trip along you're going. Don't consider it a punishment. Don't think that once you get to your goal, you're done, you know, because it's an ongoing thing. It's going to be for the rest of your life. Just this week, instead of setting a goal to lose so much weight, set a goal to eat healthy. So just say, like, you know, on Wednesday, I'm going to stay within my points. Maybe Tuesday and Thursday you won't. But just say on Wednesday, I'm going to stay within my points. I get 23 points, and that's all I'm going to eat on Wednesday. I'm going to eat healthy, but I'm only going to eat 23 points. And I think that if you just set, that is a goal, but it's a realistic goal. It's like you're not putting too much pressure on yourself. If you go over a little bit, okay, you go over. But at least you tried for that one day just to eat healthy. And, you know, even though exercise is good, don't think of it as the only way you're going to lose weight. I walk my 2 miles every day when the weather's nice. Not to lose weight, but just to keep my body moving, to keep my joints from not stiffening up, just to feel better. If I lose weight along the way, that's good. But, you know, people that over-exercise to lose weight, I think you're just losing fluids. You're not really losing muscles. You know, I mean, you're building muscles maybe, but it's just not realistic to think that you can exercise your weight away. Also, along the way, appreciate every little success you have. If you overcame, like you went to a party and you didn't have that second piece of cake, or you didn't have the dip with the chips. You had the chips, but, you know, you passed up on the dip. That's a success. So, you know, tiny little things, reward yourself, you know, by patting yourself on the back. Just think, you know what, I did pretty good. I could have had this, but I didn't, you know. Celebrate every tiny little success you have. And if you follow this advice, and focus your attention just on your health, and just think of your ability to live, and just live a satisfying life. That's all you need to do, because you got to remember that you didn't gain all this weight in one night. You know, I have to remind myself, it's very easy. Look, I gained 8 pounds in 1 week. So, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't gain it fast. It does take a while to lose it, and you have to remember that, because it's a slow journey, and you just have to remember you're enough. You're enough to yourself. You don't have to prove this to anybody. Nobody but the person that you're looking at in the mirror. That's the only one that you have to impress. You don't need to impress anybody else. I think that if you just look at yourself at the end of the day, and you've gone through the day and did really well, you can think, a job well done. And if you didn't have a good day, look in the mirror and say, you know what? I could have done better, but I could have done worse. And even if you did your absolute worst that day, look in the mirror and say, this was really a bad day, but you know what? Tomorrow's a new day and I'm going to start again. I'm not going to this is in the past. So tomorrow is a new day. I'm going to start all over again. And stop criticizing yourself. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Don't have any self-doubt. Just think of yourself as a work in progress, like a painting. Barbara Pask does painting. She's got a channel too. She does paintings, and Pask, it's Barbara's her first name. But she just, like, she doesn't paint all in one day, or like in 5 minutes. She doesn't just go like that and then it's done. She takes her time and is enjoying the process of doing it. And I'm going to leave a link to her channel down below, so go over there. She's a beautiful artist. She really is. And remember to just don't let the scale define you. Don't worry about the number on the scale. No, like I said, nobody knows how much you weigh unless you tell them. And you can guess at how much you think people weigh, but you're never going to know exactly how much they weigh unless they tell you. You don't need to tell everybody. I do, because I'm a weight loss channel. But it's just, this week I'm going to concentrate on just eating healthy each day. And I really didn't pick a series for this week because I couldn't think of any. I know that I said that I was going to talk about why thin people don't stress about the numbers. I'm still researching that a little bit, but I will talk about that one day this week. But as always, in Michigan, today's the day. It's the law by executive order that you have to wear a mask in public, or it's a $500 fine. I don't know how they're going to enforce that, but we'll see. So anyway, wear your mask. If not for you, for me. Pity the poor old woman that really believes that the mask works. Even if you don't believe it, just think, oh, that poor lady. She really thinks this is going to work. Yeah, I'll wear it just to satisfy her. I don't think it works. I do. Please wear it. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it. And as always, stay safe.